It's not a matter of checking off a box that, okay, now I've completed this animal, or I've done all the goats, or I've handled these type things. It's far, far more important than that. And it's much more, to me personally, much more satisfying.
Joe Hosmer was one of a kind. A big handlebarred mustache, an upland bird hunting fanatic, and someone who worked tirelessly for hunters and hunting. He laid foundations for hunting and hunters with SCI and SCI Foundation. But most importantly, his legacy is the love he buried in his daughter, who because of him is honoring the hunt through her platforms and actions.
I grew up on a farm in Vermont. We had standard bred racehorses and Springer Spaniel bird dogs. I had a 410 bolt action Mossberg shotgun with a poly choke on the end of it. And it was about 3/4 of a mile from my house down my dirt driveway, down a dirt road to where it connected to the paved road where I would get onto my school bus. And in October, I would take my 410 with me, and it would be early in the morning to catch the bus because we lived quite a ways out. And I would find grouse that had come down to the edge of the dirt road to get gravel. And I would shoot with my 410. Sometimes I'd connect, get the grouse, and walk on down, and there was a brook that I would cross. And I had a leather bootlace in my coat, and I would tie the grouse leg to the bootlace, and the other end of the bootlace I would tie to some alders, and I'd put the grouse in the brook, the running brook that was going under the bridge. I'd go on, get on the bus with my 410 shotgun. I had to give it to the bus driver. He would make sure the bolt was open and it was unloaded. I'd go to school, all the other kids get dropped off. He'd pick me up that night at school, off we'd go back. It was about a half, 3/4 an hour bus ride. Get back to the house, or back to the drop-off point. He'd give me my 410, and I'd have some 410 cartridges in my pocket, shells, and go back, collect the grouse. So that's just in my generation. And if you can imagine 1-2 generations that have gone by, a kid in grade school getting on a bus with a shotgun, I mean, the world would implode if that happened today. So it's just an illustration of how quickly things can come when you look back. I've circumvented the globe a couple times chasing reindeer and caribou. I became passionate about that when I read an article about the different types of reindeer and caribou, which I never realized that there were. So I did 1, and then I did 2, and then I did 3. And what became of interest to me was not so much the animal itself, but the natural surroundings that each of them had that was a little different. The people that I would hunt with, the Inuits, the Eskimos, in Siberia, it was another group of people, the indigenous people of the Arctic, and how the same animal essentially was hunted in so differently in different parts of the world. My name is Joe Hosmer. I'm a hunter, I'm an outdoorsman, I'm a dad. Everyone has their own story. This is mine. It's in the blood.
So grateful. Rest in peace, Papa Joe.
She said, "What do you do?" And I said, "I work West Texas selling mustache rides."
Good blooper. Take 2.